What's up, my gingers? I said gingers. Well, you can't really prove that, but I did. It's Ginger, and this is another story time with Ginger, where I tell you 100% true stories about my life because I'm Ginger, and I have a stepdad, so I'm quite literally the Ginger stepchild. And we're quickscoping in the Black Ops 6 beta. I recorded this gameplay a few weeks ago when the beta was open. And I just got back from a family trip to Colorado. Which brings me to my first story. So when we first landed in Colorado, we stayed in Denver and we stayed at this artsy hotel. It was literally called The Art. It was a really nice hotel and all the walls were covered in art, obviously. But the walls were paper thin. So in my hotel room, I was hanging out with my friend and we were talking, but I couldn't even hear him because in the room next to us, there was a group of people that were talking so loud. So naturally, I decided to eavesdrop on their conversation, but it was nothing interesting. Apparently, one guy was in the ER for like 3 days. Like, cool, bro. But then, around 3 a.m. when I was trying to sleep, a bunch of people in the hotel room next to us decided to leave. They were talking about pizza, and then there was a guy and a girl left in the hotel room. This is where it got interesting. They immediately started to fight. The guy said to the girl, "You would be nothing without your friend Teresa." And then the girl said, "You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for your friend EJ." I wasn't even trying to sleep at this point. I was locked in. I was just laying there like, who's Teresa? Was EJ the one talking about the pizza? Now this is where it takes a dramatic turn. The guy threw a curveball. He was like, "At least I don't have herpes." But then the girl was like, "At least I don't have a small wiener." And he was like, "My wiener may be small, but at least it's clean." What a comeback. Also, I didn't censor the word wiener. They literally said wiener. That's honestly what caught me most by surprise. They're grown adults arguing, and instead of using profanity, they said wiener. So I'm fully awake at this point, in shock, waiting to hear what happens next, because I was still mentally digesting what I just heard. But then it just goes silent. How do you go from herpes to small wiener to silence? I didn't hear a door slam. I didn't hear anybody leave the hotel room. Did they just go to sleep? How do you just sleep like a baby after that? I heard zero noise the rest of the night. But that brings me to another odd character I've seen on a family vacation. So a year ago, I went on a cruise to the Bahamas with my family for my sister's birthday. It was a massive cruise. It literally had an entire city inside of it, just like your mom. And on the cruise, it had a bunch of shows for entertainment. One of them was an 18+ show. So my family was there for the entire show, but I came late. Your mom knows a lot about that. And the show was really interactive with the audience. They picked out people from the crowd and gave them weird challenges to do. And one of those challenges was they picked out a man from the crowd and a woman from the crowd, and the man had to go around and collect pants from the audience, and the woman had to go around and collect bras and panties from the audience for science reasons. Sounds weird but fun, right? Now there's this one guy in the crowd. He was wearing a Panthers tracksuit. Panthers, the hockey team. Which is ironic because I'm from Florida and I actually love the Florida Panthers. So he takes off his pants and he had no underwear on. Keep in mind, everybody who took off their pants had to come on stage. So my man is just up on stage, standing there, cupping, just straight cupping. From behind, you could see everything. Speaking of which, this is my special shirt. It's from a furry convention. I thrifted this shirt. I did not go. So yeah, my man was just cupping balls on stage. No diddy. No baby oil. They also had TVs above the stage and cameramen to zoom in on the audience. And remember, my man's cheeks were straight out, and I'm not talking about his face, and they zoomed straight in on it. So on top of seeing him cupping up on stage, you just have all these TVs showing his cheeks. It was a great show. And another weird thing about the Panthers guy is that I was on this cruise for 3 days, and I saw him all 3 days. And how did I know it was him? Because he wore the same Panthers outfit all 3 days. Now we know he's not wearing underwear. So was he just smart and didn't wear underwear because he knew he was gonna wear the same outfit all 3 days of this cruise? And obviously your underwear would get dirty in 3 days. Fun fact, if you wear the same underwear for 3 days, it increases your chances of having a wet dream. You're welcome. Now I'm torn. Did this man plan ahead and purposely not wear underwear? Or did he come on the cruise originally wearing underwear? And if so, what happened to his underwear? Should I just not wear underwear? Also, me and my family went to like every show that the cruise had to offer, and we saw him at every single show. And not just him, I saw the same reoccurring people over and over again. And then my family told me that apparently cruises will pay people to come on the cruise and be a part of the show, but as an audience member. And the Panthers guy would interact in every single show. But if he was a paid actor, did you pay him extra or less to not wear underwear. Moving on. And here's a little bonus story for you. I can't even get through the story without laughing. So a few months ago, I went with my roommate to help him buy a laptop because he's never really had a computer. And while looking at laptops, I recommended one because I had a really good graphics card. And I jokingly said that the graphics card is so good that you could watch VR videos on PH. You know, Corn Hub. If you know, you know. And then like a week later, we're in the living room watching TV and my roommate opens his laptop and at the corner of my eye, all I see is a PH Corn Hub website on his screen and he just quickly goes, it just slams it so hard. Caught red-handed. I'm glad he's getting the use out of his new graphics card. It's better to be caught red-handed than be caught with it in your hand. Remember that, boys. Guys, that's it for today's video. Comment below if you have any fun stories. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and put push notifications on. I gotta go. I'm late for a date with your mom.